Hey there gamers, this is BoardGameDad, and today we're going to learn how to play Escape from Site 19. Escape from Site 19 is unlike any other game you've ever played. You'll be teaming up with your friends in a cooperative horror experience that'll have you on the edge of your seat. So let's see what comes in the box. We've got the game board, we have the rules, we have a welcome letter, we've got a candle and some matches. We also have some character cards and some SCP-0001 cards. Along with all of this, we've got a couple of cheat sheets which come in handy throughout the game, and we've got a bunch of cards. We've got Thaumiel cards, Safe cards, Euclid cards, and Keter cards. We also have some white administrator cards and a bunch of metal tokens, as well as a custom D6 die. Let's go ahead and get started. So we've got the board in the middle of the table. We have all of our cards where everyone can reach them. And we're going to go ahead and put these cross-contamination tokens on the board for as many players as we've got. Let's pretend we're playing a 3-player game. Now you're going to need a player piece, and Escape from Site 19 makes you pick a personal item for your player piece. So I'm going to pick my wedding ring and place it at the start. It's also important that every player has a snack, so I've got a little bowl of mixed nuts. I'll set them over here to the side. This is also the only board game I've ever seen that comes with a candle and matches. And it's not just a gimmick, it's actually a part of the game. So let's go ahead, we'll shut off the lights, we'll light the candle, and we'll make things a little bit more creepy in here. Now at this point, everybody's going to pick a character. So it looks like I'm going to be the site director. Well, we have the same haircut. All of the different characters have positive and negative traits along with special abilities and backstories. This will come in handy later. Now the group is also going to draw an SCP-0001 card. This is going to be the final task of the game. Next up, we have to set a timer. Now I'm going to set a timer for 2 hours, but keep in mind the more players that you have, the longer your game session is going to be. The next thing we have to do is roll that D6 and introduce our characters to the group. I like to really get into my character and pretend that I'm actually the site director. It makes the game more fun. Alright, let's take a peek at the cards. So we've got the Thaumiel cards, which are positives. We also have the administrator cards, which will help you out in a bind as well. For the challenge cards, we've got Safe, Euclid, and Keter cards, going from easy, medium, to hard. We're all set to go, so all the players are going to roll the die to see who goes first, and then we're off and going. All right, I rolled a 2, so I'm going to move my character 2 spaces and draw a Safe card. Alright, I got the Trader's Residence. Looks like every team member needs to pass their snack to the team member on the left. Alright, well, I'll take my mixed nuts and pass them to the player on my left, and I'll get the snack from the player to my right. Looks like some crackers. Alright, that's a good trade. And play continues this way. On your turn, you'll roll the die, you'll move your player piece, and then you'll draw a card and complete the challenge. Let's see. This one's all about ruffling the hair on the player to your right. It even has a variation for bald guys. Now up at the top, we see how many tokens we can earn by completing this task. Looks like I get 1, and my partner gets 1. Sweet. Now don't be fooled. Some of these challenges can be very extreme, and players might not be able to complete them. So if you fail a task, you have to put lockdown tokens at the top of the board. If this fills up, it's game over. As the game goes on, you and your friends will be completing challenges as you move through the snake-like path of the game board. Along the way, you'll also hit a couple of checkpoints, 1, 2, and 3. There's a cheat sheet that gives you instructions on what to do at each checkpoint. For example, on the first checkpoint, you might recount a story behind your personal item. As you complete tasks, you're going to be collecting a lot of tokens, which is great. You can use these tokens to buy Thaumiel cards. These cards will help you out and generally give you some kind of a bonus. This one, for example, increases your maximum lockdown by 2. That's going to come in handy for some of those extreme challenges. But not all of the challenges are rooted in psychological horror. For example, there's this one, where you have to hug each of your teammates tightly during each of the next 3 turns. I mean, if you don't like hugs, this could be psychological horror. But as you play through the game, the challenges are going to get harder and much more challenging. Pound off the pounds. Oh, this one requires me to do some exercise. All right, here we go. Sometimes your character's special ability will let you draw an administrator card. Looks like this one lets us avoid working on another team member's task. Again, this could come in handy for those really, really difficult challenges. The further you get on the board, the more difficult the challenges become. And towards the end of the board, they're all difficult. I just rolled a Keter card. For this one, I have to roll a die and do a trust fall from maybe 1 meter off the ground. Oh, that could be pretty scary. The goal of the game is to get to the end. Here we go, I roll my die, and I made it to the end. This means I get to start on the SCP-0001 card. This is the final challenge. Looks like this one is tasking us to strike a pose with only a certain number of feet on the ground. This is going to require some thinking. If you and your friends can successfully complete all the challenges and make it to the end without filling up that lockdown bar, then you win. You successfully escape the laboratory and live to see another day. Some things to remember before jumping in. Don't forget, everybody is going to need a snack and a drink. The game depends on it. Also, to win, at least one player has to make it to the end to claim the SCP-0001 card. But this challenge can be completed even if the time runs out. Make no mistake, Escape at Site-19 is not a game for everybody. But if you're looking for a unique horror experience that's cooperative that you can share with your friends, then make sure to check out Escape from Site-19. Now there's only one thing left to do.